Questions for Lucas?
I guess, first of all, today, you guys were able to get, I don't know, what was it, 7 sacks or something like that. You were involved in a few of them. Just how tough was it today, just with the heat and everything? But then, what helped make you guys successful as a unit up front?
Yeah, we've really been focusing all week on improving our pass rush. And, I really think this group of guys we have has a lot of trust in each other and, a lot of communication today. And I think, it really worked out for us. But, I don't think heat was a factor for us today. We're really well conditioned. We work well together. We're a great unit. And I think it was just a great team win today.
The last few years you've had to reinvent the defensive line, whole new cast of characters. This year you're one of those, relatively new characters. How has that development, why is that possible?
It starts off with Coach Bell, the way he runs things, the way he runs film. He's a great coach. He teaches us great fundamentals, how to, great pad level, great separation, just all the things we need to be a great D lineman. And, I think that we've all taken in and trust and believe what he says, and I think it's worked out for every guy in our room.
You look at the 7 sacks, and not only that, but all the holding calls they had on them, is that two things that you guys feel good about?
Yeah, it's just great for us. We're definitely excited for, the path we're headed in, but, there's a lot for us to improve on, and, we're going to go week by week and just focus on us and, reach our potential.
How much did that safety at the start of the game set the tempo for you guys and really get some energy going?
Yeah, it was super exciting. I was rushing my guard, and, I saw the ball go over the QB's head. Before I knew it, I was in the end zone, making a tackle for a safety. So it was super exciting. A play like that always gets the guys going. But, it's couldn't do it without the rest of the guys. And, I want to thank a lot of the older guys such as, John Wagner, Noah Shannon, Joe Evans, just leading the way and showing us, how to come out with tempo and energy. And, I owe a lot to them.
You and Zach were the first two there on that safety, but you guys had another 4 or 5 guys behind you. Mm-hmm. When you saw it, did the QB turn around and immediately did you hit him? How did you see that play, and what was that feeling as a defense to just swarm those guys in there on end zone?
Yeah, we had a speed call on there, so I was more just rushing my guard. I wasn't really, looking around seeing what everyone else was doing, but, I look up and, like I explained, I saw the ball in the air and, turned and ran. And, we always talk about, tackling and getting as many heads to the ball as possible, and that's why we call it the swarm. So, that's always exciting to get as many guys there and get everyone involved.
You mentioned Coach Bell, but what has been behind your development and your success so far this year?
Yeah, I just trust the process. I know there's a lot to work on and improve on. Every game, I think it's an opportunity to get some experience out there because, there's a lot of forces that want to go against you. But as I go out there and I get more comfortable, I feel that I can, continue to excel. But again, I have a lot to work on. And, as our unit continues to, build our trust and communication and grow, I think the sky's the limit.
What's it like for you to play in? What's it like for you to play? Play interior because you still gotta have a linear build and you're moving in there, but you're also on third downs or you're a part of what is it, fast guy package?
Yeah, speed guys, fast guys.
Okay. What's it like for you to play inside and how you've been able to improve your technique to the point of?
Yeah, I've always been a relatively taller guy, struggled a little bit with my pad level, and I played defensive end all high school and came in and moved inside. And I think it's been great for me just to really work on my pad level and my hands, my extension, because, everything happens a lot faster in there. I thought at first I wouldn't like it, but I love it in there, and, it's been a great opportunity for me to get out there and see some playing time. So, I'm just really excited.
How much better can this defense get, in your opinion?
A lot better. We have a lot to improve on. Like I said, week by week, we're just focused on ourselves. It doesn't matter the opponent. Kent State was, a great opponent out there today. They were very challenging, but, we overcame and we came out with the win. But like I said, the sky's the limit, and I'm very excited for, to see how far we can go.
It looks like you guys have a real solid team performances. The first game was kind of the D-backs. Last week was linebackers. This week it was a lot of defensive line coming through. And, how exciting is that for you just to see that every single member of the defense at every level seems to be contributing in victories like this?
That doesn't surprise me. The way we practice, that's exactly how it is in practice. We all contribute. We all have a part in this defense. We all do our job. And, that's what represented on game day today. And, it happens during the week. It happens with our preparation, with our film. And, it was a great win today. And I think that we're just going to continue to grow and improve.
Okay, thanks, Lucas.
Thank you.
Overall, the front line really dominated this game and really got after their quarterback. what do you think enabled them to really attack and do, get a lot of sacks, do you think?
I mean, it just starts with how they practice the whole week. I mean, I feel like as a defense, we were just locked in because we knew Kent State was it's going to be a tough outfit to play. And, I mean, you saw it today. Those guys, they fought hard. And that defensive line, I mean, there's no let-up in them. And I feel like that's just something that makes me proud of them. And they did one heck of a job today, and now we can just continue to just keep improving. And I think you guys just got a little snippet of it today.
How important was that first safety to get you guys off to a good start? You scored more points with your defense.
Yeah, I mean, that safety was obviously like a game-changing play. It took a little bit of air out of them, especially at the start of the game, just getting Kinnick rocking, because when that happens, good things happen. But we just need to continue to just focus on just not like maybe like a little bit of a let-up, like getting a safety and be like, oh, like we did something, and then like realizing like, oh, no, we didn't really do anything. Let's get to the next play. And that's something Coach Parker's been preaching about, and we've really bought into that. So.
What's your view on Justin's big play where he knocks the ball loose at the goal line?
Yeah, I mean, Justin just has a knack for the ball, getting the ball out. Great kid. I mean, just a tremendous player and a guy. I mean, I really can't say much more than that. Just shows up every day and gives it his all. So.
You've got several guys who are so-called second-team players who made impacts today. Are they pushing the starters?
I mean, it's the next man in mentality. I mean, you can go down the list of guys who maybe didn't start at the start of the season, but then kind of found their roles. Like guys like that, just like one guy that comes to mind that they talk about a lot is like Desmond King. Like his freshman year, he didn't start, but then someone got hurt and he took that opportunity. And I mean, the second teamers are held to the same standard that the first teamers are. So when they go in there, I mean, we expect no let up. So.
Jack, I think you got maybe a forced fumble on that too at the goal line, or your hands were in there somewhere. I mean, first and goal at the 1 at 16-7. Are you guys feeling like you're on your heels at that moment? Do you need to make a big play, or did it just happen?
I mean, this is our fight. I feel like it's a good representation of just not giving up on anything. I think you said a 15-play drive, or do you remember?
I don't.
It's a pretty long
about 5
drive.
minutes for them. It's a long time.
So I'm saying like, just kind of shows where guys' hearts are at, which I mean is just going to speak a lot to a defense. Like we might mess some stuff up like scheme-wise, but we're not going to give up. So.
Jack, you have an impressive streak going right now, 25 straight games or something like that, holding teams under 25 points. Congratulations on that. Are you cognizant of that during the game? Or do you think about that at all? Because it is impressive.
No, I mean, that's a great stat, and that's something to be proud of. But like, I feel like no one in that room like thinks about that. Like, if I'm going to be honest, but it's just a testament to like how we practice. Like everything that I'm going to say up here is pretty much just going to start with how we practice and how we approach things and prepare. I feel like there's some programs that might get like a MAC team and maybe prepare differently than if they're going to play like the number 2 team in the nation, but not here and not the coaching staff. Gotta give a lot of credit to them, the defensive coaching staff. They work their butts off to put us in the best positions to make plays too. So you guys see us out on that field, but you'll never know what they do behind the scenes, and it's just huge. So.
On that safety, I think when the QB turns around, he thinks he might be able to get out of the end zone. He turns around, there's about 6 Hawkeyes in his face. Have you ever been a part of a safety like that, and what did it feel like as a team, kind of a whole team safety at once?
Yeah, no. That's another thing Coach Parker stresses is like when someone looks up, that he should see all 11 hats running right at him. And I feel like that's just discouraging. When you look up and you got 6 Hawkeyes running at you and you're on the goal line and you get blasted in the end zone for safety, that's just a great team feeling. And we're gonna look at it tomorrow, obviously, but just to see, I'm just interested to see how many guys run on that, and just one heck of a play by the defense. So.
When you get to film the next day, are you waiting to see plays? Like, are there certain plays that you're like, I can't wait to see what this actually looks like on tape?
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say that. I'm just kind of like throughout tonight, like I'll be thinking about plays maybe that I screwed up and I could have done better. But then tomorrow we'll just review everything, have a humble perspective, and just keep moving on. But I wouldn't say like everyone Like no one's in there thinking about like what great plays they made right now. We're all thinking about just enjoying each other's company in that locker room because that's something you will never get again once this time passes. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of it.
How does this defense get better from here? I mean, where do you improve from here?
I mean, there's a lot of things. We got just communication first and foremost, technique, fundamentals. Like we're a pretty fundamentally sound defense, but it can always get better. I feel like also like schemes on the run, like stuff can change pretty fast based off formations. So being able to communicate to the defensive line, but also hearing what coverage my safeties want to play. I feel like once we start getting clicking and like once I know like if this guy motions over here that Kayvon's going to want to play this coverage, that's when we're going to really hit our peak, I feel like. So.
Thanks, Jack.
Yep, thank you guys.
Tyler, when you made the pitch play, the first touchdown, when that ball's coming back, do you know this is a touchdown?
Yes, from pre-snap, they from pre-snap they had all their guys to the boundary, and their whole defense was pretty much to the boundary, and it was all about if the guy on the end to that side was going to squeeze or play outside contain, and he squeezed, and it was just about from there. It was just about me catching the ball and getting upfield, which I almost dropped, by the way. So.
When you look back on this day immediately right now, you have to feel a whole lot better about yourself and your run game, right?
Yes. Yes, most definitely. I think first week we had a pretty good day in the run game. Iowa State not so well. Iowa State had a good defense and had good run fitters for this week. This week, Kent State had a good defense as well, and we knew they had a good defense. They had some good athletes, but the guys up front did a good job of getting to their assignments and making sure the running backs had just a little split second just to get open to the open field, and they did that. And from there, it was just all about the running backs of just being able to make some guys miss and take it to the house.
What have you seen out of the growth of your offensive line these first 3 weeks to really allow them to accelerate?
Yes, I would say it's just a next game mentality and a next play mentality. Those guys do a good job in not letting one play get the best of them. They're always going to be strong throughout the game and get stronger. That's what I see in this O-line, and it all starts with the guy in the middle, Lindy. He does a great job in being a great leader for those guys because, we got some younger guys that doesn't have as much experience as him. So he does a good job in just making sure they know what to do and know where to get to so we could get explosive plays.
Tyler, if you put a letter grade on this offensive performance today, what would it be?
I don't know. I'm not really going to put a letter grade on it. I just know that we got a good offense and we got some guys to make a play and make explosive plays, and that's really all you can ask for. But from this day on, we just got to keep going and take this momentum and get stronger and stronger throughout the season.
Seems like the first play was schemed perfectly. The second touchdown that you had, the 35-yarder, seemed like it was blocked about perfectly, and then you had that hole. What did you see that kind of?
Well, from pre-snap again, I saw that they had both backers mugged up in the A-gap and only a corner to that side of the play. And from there, it was just all about me taking the ball and being patient and making sure my guys get up to the blocks. And they did, and from there, it was just all about just picking my feet up and taking it to the house.
Is that Richmond you almost dropped there on
Yes, he did a good job in getting to that corner for me.
Did you say anything to Gavin when he went in?
I just told him to be ready, get your pads low, because most defenses we play, they can hit a little bit. So just make sure you're ready. No need to be nervous. It's always just a next man mentality for us, and that's just us as a group, on both sides of the ball. And I think those guys do a good job in just being ready.
What did you think of the job he did today and coming in and getting some key short yardage?
I think he did real well, especially in the pass game. The young guys we got in the room, those guys do a good job in just staying ready for any moment because you never know when your chances to happen. And his chance happened today, and he did a good job in making sure he was prepared for the moment.
2 years ago, the Middle Tennessee State game was this weekend, I think.
Yes.
And you came about a quarter inch from your first touchdown in that game. Then here you are today, and I mean it's a huge workload. It's 150 yards or whatever, and 3 touchdowns. And how satisfying is that growth to you? Have you considered how far you've come in that period of time?
Yes, most definitely. Especially I know all the work I put in all season, and it's just a blessing, and I'm thrilled to see that. For it to come into play for me on Saturdays, it means a lot to me, and it's just not just me on the field. Those guys up front do a good job in making sure I get space or the quarterback is protected. So that's really pretty much all I can say to that.
For you, was that 95 play 95-yard drive at the end of the second quarter there. Was that the best drive this offense has had so far this season? And what did that do for you guys?
Collectively, making sure we convert third downs, get first downs. I think so. It just shows us that this offense can be strong in any situation, and that we could put drives together and go score a touchdown. It was just a good drive, and that's pretty much it.
How much confidence gets gained across the offense out of a game like this?
Say the first part again.
How much confidence across the offense, really every position, is gained out of a performance like that?
Yes, I think every game builds up confidence, but a game like this especially builds confidence in the run game as well and in the pass game. I think having a game like this just puts a thought into their head that guys can really make things happen and make plays happen for this team to win. And I think as we keep going, we got to have that same mentality and forget about this week and just focus on the next week coming up each and every week.
Okay, thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Tyler, talk about that 95-yard drive at the end of the first half and what that did for you guys in the offense and how you were able to execute.
Yeah, anytime we're backed up, our first objective is to get the first down, get some breathing room. We've got a couple first downs, and our next goal is to score the ball. It was a long drive, especially being hot out. It was a tough one, but, the defense was tired too. So just keep pushing the ball and just find that end zone was important.
What kind of satisfaction do you take in a drive like that, knowing what it does to their defense and knowing what it does for your defense and just kind of showing some of that dominance maybe in the trenches there?
Yeah, anytime you have a 95-yard drive, it's important. I even remember being on the defense side of the ball. If that happens to you, it doesn't feel too good. But I'm just proud of the guys. Keep pushing it. I know that people were tired. I was even tired. Just got to push through that.
How much pride do you guys take in as a unit when Tyler has a day like he does today and the run game works the way it did?
Yeah, I think Tyler did a great job. But I think the biggest thing, there's still a lot of yards that we left out there, which I think is important to learn from in the film. And I think he had 3 touchdowns. So anytime he's scoring touchdowns, that's important for us linemen. So I think we can learn from it, and there's always more work to do out there. So.
What kind of progress are you seeing on the offensive line week to week?
I think the biggest thing is just continue to build that cohesion. It was nice to have Shooter back. He got a few snaps in, so just building that depth on the O-line is important. Just the good thing is, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing as a unit as the time goes. I'm excited for what's ahead.
Shooter coming out in the tunnel, he was pretty jacked up in front. He was ready to play with him.
Yeah, Shooter's been through a lot. Obviously his foot injury sucks. Remember even last year, I think he was out with a sickness or something, just dealing with a bunch of bull crap. But, just glad that he's able to get back and play, get some snaps under him. And, he's a guy that's going to help our offensive line a lot.
You had different guys on each side of you almost all day. Is that a distraction? Do you notice it?
Not really. Sometimes I might not even know who's next to me. And they do a great job. Either, if we have a true freshman, Colby, in there who's done a great job, especially as a freshman, or Justin, and then obviously Cody, who's played a lot of snaps. Just having trust. We've built that cohesion through spring ball and fall camp. And whoever's out there, I have the most trust in them.
What do you think you guys built on from the Iowa State game through here? What was the best couple things you saw this week?
I think a big thing, I thought we did a good job just communication. That's coming off the sideline, talking about what we saw. And then obviously just a little more consistent in the run game. That's always kind of an emphasis. If we get that run game going, it helps a lot with our offense. So just being more consistent. But like I said, there's a lot to work on, a lot that we can improve on. We're going to learn from it in the film room and then carry it on to next week.
Just 2 more. You got it for Tyler?
Tyler, what were some of the, I know you haven't watched the film, but what are some of the examples of when you did leave those yards on the field, like you said?
Anytime we had a loss or a 1-yard gain, just 1 or 2 blocks that could have really sprung something. And, that's the game of football, though. It's an imperfect game, and that's going to happen. But, and that's the great thing about the film room. You're going to learn from it.
Okay, thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Okay, questions for Riley?
No interceptions today. What went wrong?
I know. We played as a team today, and I'm proud that we were able to get the W. At the end of the day, there's a lot of things that We can clean up for sure, especially on the defensive side. So we still haven't, and we talked about this after the game. We still haven't played a perfect 60-minute game. And so in my eyes and in the defensive guys' eyes, that's very exciting because we're very excited to grow and get better each week and each week. So, we're going to look at the film and figure out what went wrong with some stuff and turn it around.
What does Phil say at halftime after you guys give up a couple of the bigger plays?
Totally new half. It's 0-0, and you got to come out and play hard and forget about that stuff. We'll go over it. Tomorrow in film. So got to keep playing, and you can't let that stuff get you down because it'll end up repeating. So you just kind of got to let it wash and keep playing.
You did individually because you got burned on a couple plays, but yet they don't score the second half, and they don't do that to you.
Absolutely, and my thing is. They got to make plays too, and my eyes got caught in the backfield. I was ready for a little 3-step hitch again, like I had the first week, and they caught me on it. So they read my bluff, and I was able to get them out and what have you. But it's about how you come back from bad plays is what makes you a good player. And I think personally and as a defense, we did that, especially in the second half. We came out fighting.
The last couple of weeks, we've been asking the offense about the help that you guys have been providing for them. They end the second half, or the second quarter with that 20-play, 95-yard drive that lasts like 8 minutes or something like that. What does that do for you guys, and how does that energize you as you get to hang out and be refreshed?
Yeah, it's huge. I think it was like 20 plays, 24 plays or something. We weren't on the field very much that second half, which is nice because we get a break and they're going to go down and score. So it's always nice when the offense is able to put together a big drive like that, a big long drive, and run the clock out. So
can you go through the play where you saw the ball land in the end zone, you recovered it there? That was a huge play.
Yeah, so we were in 0. We were in pinch, and so I was over. There's 2 receivers. The number 2 receiver went in motion, so I went with him, and they snapped it. He was still in motion. They snapped it, and they handed it off, and he tried to bounce out, and I don't know what happened. He kind of got tackled, and he went to reach for it, and the ball popped out, and I got on it. I kind of tripped up. I was excited. I wanted to run it back, but we had to get the offense in a good spot. So.
We're just deep. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
Did you guys, I don't know, how was the week? Because you go to 5th in the polls and coming off 2 emotional wins. Just as you look back in the week, how was it for you guys leading into this game?
Yeah, I don't think that we prepared any differently than we have in the past. And the thing about Kent State is they're a very good football team, and they will do very good in the MAC. And I think part of it is, they got to make plays too, and they prepare for us as well. So, some of the stuff, we made mistakes, but, at the end of the day, we kept working and we got through to it. But in terms of practice, I didn't see anything differently that we've done in the past. So.
When you look at all the interceptions the last few seasons, since you've been here especially, are those the result of what takes place during the week in practice as much as instinct plays on the field in your preparation?
Yes and no, and you don't really know where the ball is going to go during the game. But most of the plays that are scripted up in practice, are their favorite plays during the game. So it just depends on if they end up running them or not. So, first week Indiana didn't really run what we thought they were going to run. Iowa State didn't run what we thought they were going to run. Kent State, a little bit of both. But so when it comes to the game, it's the Wild West, and that's why we practice, and that's why we try to get ready.
Okay, thanks, Riley.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
It says here you were targeted 7 times and you caught 5. I thought you caught 6. What happened on that?
I knew that was coming. You got to play what they call. I thought I caught it. My coaches thought I caught it. The crowd thought I caught it. But they overturned it. So we just got to play with what they call, and they called incomplete. So, just got to move on to the next play.
Did they give you an explanation on it as to what they saw?
Not really. I asked Brian, literally just 5 minutes ago, what did they tell you, anything? They were just like, nah, they just said it was incomplete. So, I don't know what else I could do to make sure that, it is complete. I made a move, got tackled, got up with the ball in my hand. But
a play like that, Tyrone, motivates you to, move on? Do you just want the ball again as soon as possible after something like that?
The work he's put in off season, we all put in the work, but just to see him go off like that on today, I mean, you can't do anything but smile for the guy. I mean, I really hope, you know, he keeps going, because with him doing that, it's just going to make the whole offense better. With, you know, the running game is good, that means they're going to have to probably stack the box so the pass game going to be open. Then when the pass game is good, run game is going to be open. So I think we all just complement each other.
From that 85 or 95-yard drive on, Spencer was, I think, 17 of 22 passing. What did you see from him today, and how did he maybe progress as a quarterback?
I mean, I think he did a great job. There were some times where, you know, the offense was down. I think I messed up at the beginning. We had an offsides. Then we had a fumble. But Spence, he never blinked. He made sure that everyone was still ready to go, still making sure that we all understood what the next objective was. It was to go in and still score a touchdown. Like, we still had objective to do. It was to win the game. He's a great leader. As you see on the field, he does produce in multiple ways. Like I said, he's just a great leader overall.
Just one or two more if you got it.
Is there less pressure to go out and perform as well as you guys did today with this being a non-conference game as opposed to a conference game?
No. I think the pressure's there no matter who you play. You got to always bring an A game. You don't just come out there and see that it's not a non-conference game and just think you're going to, play and then just win automatically. You got to understand that the winning isn't easy. It takes time. You got to prepare for it. You got to understand your fundamentals and the details. And we did that today. We played hard. We played hardest the longest, and we got the dub.
Okay. Thanks, Tyrone.
Yeah. Thank you.